Hey everyone, I'm looking for some help. So I've had this idea for a while that for the vast majority of us, we're not as lucky as a person like Usain Bolt, for example, where we're so good at a single thing that we can be considered world class. And I'm filled with inspiration and optimism by the idea that for the vast majority of us, we don't need to be so exceptional at a single thing that we can be considered world class, because what we can do instead is intersect things that we are good at in a way to make ourselves so unique as to be world class at our thing, whatever that might be. And so an example that springs to mind is Brandon Stanton, the guy that founded Humans of New York, the Tumblr/Facebook page, which has now become kind of a global movement. And when I think about Brandon, I see someone who is completely unique. He's one in a million. And yet he's not one in a million in the way that, say, a Usain Bolt or a Serena Williams or someone like that is, who is just so incredibly good at their single thing that nobody else comes close. Brandon runs the page, Humans of New York, and initially, I guess, if you were to try and categorize it, you would describe it as a page about photography. He takes photos of people and he shares them. But if I was to sort of put Brandon in a random sample of people, I would say he is a 1 in 100 photographer. Like, if you take 100 random people, there's probably one other that's as good as Brandon out of that 100. So he might be a 1 out of 100 level photographer. He takes nice photos, but they're not exceptional. And then I think Brandon's maybe he's quite an exceptional interviewer. Like, if you took 10,000 people, maybe Brandon would be in the top couple as an interviewer, because he has this incredible ability to talk to people, develop trust with them, and elicit from them incredibly personal and moving stories, which we all find so incredibly inspiring or profound or prophetic or poetic or whatever it may be. And Brandon was able to do that before he was incredibly famous and before his page had huge reach. So he has an ability as an interviewer to create something special. So if he's only a 1 in 100 photographer, I think he might be a 1 in 10,000 interviewer. And what's interesting is when you intersect those two things, and when you do the maths and you multiply 100 by 10,000, what do you get? You get 1 million. And Brandon, by intersecting his reasonable photography skills with his very good interviewing skills, becomes 1 in 1 million as a storyteller. And that's how he's made himself unique. And I'm looking for others, case studies, if you like, of people who've done something similar. Take two skills that they're either somewhere between pretty good and quite amazing at, but not 1 in 1 million on their own. You know, they're not the most exceptional person at that thing, but they've taken two or more disparate skills that they've got and intersected all of them to create something where they are 1 in 1 million at. They create something that's almost unique enough that very few other people in the world can challenge them at that specific combination of skills. I'm really excited to explore this idea and see where it takes me, and I would love it if you could suggest other amazing humans who do incredible things by intersecting the skills that they've got to create something special in the middle. Thanks for your help.